Okay, we can start.
Hello and welcome again, race fans. We're at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas for the Quarantine Cup United States Grand Prix. First race here in 2012, won by, at his last race in McLaren, Lewis Hamilton. Great track for overtaking maneuvers. This 5.51 kilometer, 20 turn circuit lets the drivers really show what they can do. I'm Fabregas115, joined by always Broom Handle, as we are underway in qualifying. Broom, what do you see going on so far?
This is an incredible track, one of my favorite tracks, as we're seeing flip-flop fish going through the sections I was just about to talk about, of section 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those sleeping left-right-handers. It's an incredible track, really is one of my favorites. I'm hoping for an incredible race here today. It's been a very interesting qualifying, as we see flip-flop fish set the fastest lap time of a 1.31.406, with intent just 1/10 behind, in a very interesting race as we go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, all those guys, we've got 4 guys up there that are, between 130, 1.5 and 132. So four top guys, all within, about 5/10 of each other. Then just 2/10 from the fried potato. Interesting enough, at the back, we've got Fireball, Mad, Nathan, and Jadaway, setting really nice times on hard and medium compounds as well. So a lot to go through. I know we saw a couple people join late, so they're going to miss qualifying. I do believe it's Brain Killer and some Zudi maybe that are going to miss qualifying, so we will see them in the race. But who are you looking at so far in qualifying? I mean, I know we need to talk about standings and the table and what's going on. So, you got any thoughts on that?
It's been a little interesting seeing the championship standings so far. I mean, McChicken in third. I mean, he's in third position right now, but in the championship, it's been Fuzzy that's been baiting those race wins. I think he won in Bahrain, Australia, and Abu Dhabi, straight 3 wins in a row. And then McChicken came back at him in Brazil and won. So it's very incredible to see these 2 drivers going for the championship. These are definitely one of the drivers to look out for, is these 2. And Intent, he's been bagging on some incredible performances, beginning pole position, I think it was the last race, and he finished 3rd that race as well. So very impressive to see him. He's retired from the session right now. Looks like he's thinking his lap time is good right now. So we'll just see how this goes, and hopefully we're going to have an incredible race in store for us today.
Well, what we'd also like to do is see if we can get Mad Nathan on while we're going through pits, see if we can get a little interview with him while we're going. If Broom, you can maybe send him an invite real quick. Yeah, just going through the top of the order. Flip Flop Fish, he did excellent in Abu Dhabi. I think he missed out in Brazil. He was one of the top finishers. Intent was there, but I think he crashed out in Abu Dhabi. McChicken wasn't there in Abu Dhabi, but won in Brazil. The Fuzzy won in Abu Dhabi and came close in Brazil. Fried Potato's always up there. Hard as Cotton. Where's My Dad? The newcomers like Mad Nathan and Jadaway, they've shown their race around here. Kev Wood, Fireball, T-Bone, all of them. We've got a list of drivers in this race that are all capable of winning it, no matter where they start.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see. I mean, a lot of drivers possibly going, if they started the back, like Kevwood and Mel, we could see a very interesting race coming forward, as like Max Verstappen has proved 3 times in his career. He did it in 2015, rose from the pack. I think he finished, what was it, 4th? And then and then in 2017, he rose to the pack, finishing. He did finish 3rd, but got a penalty for overtaking Raikkonen on the very last lap of the race. So he finished, I think it was 4th as well. And then 2018, started from the very back of the pack, finished on the podium in 2nd position. So that was an incredible race. As we see Mad Nathan joining. Nathan, how's your qualifying been going? You're in 11th position at the moment. What is your plan for the race going forward?
Well, just going out on the mediums. About to settle that down on the medium. Hopefully run my usual, starting on the mediums.
I noticed you did a couple laps with hard tires. How's the track feeling out there? Did it feel warm? Did the tires set in quick? Were they take an extra lap or something? I mean, I'm not sure what the track temperature is out there.
I struggled to get them going, actually. They did not feel good at all today.
Maybe the track's a little bit colder, like last year when the track was during qualifying?
Just no rubber down when I went out on them. Struggled.
I see you're in Toro Rosso today. How's that Honda-powered engine feeling to you?
Actually, it's not my favourite car to drive. The handling model is just shocking compared to one of my favourites is McLaren.
That's a very interesting.
It's funny that Toro Rosso hasn't taken from their mom and dad Red Bull and used that chassis a little bit.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? I guess it's to do with the engine as well, though. I mean, it's back when the Red Bull were making the chassis with the Renault engines, they couldn't use the same chassis because it's different engines.
Oh yeah, very true, very true.
It's a very interesting.
Room, anything else you want to ask Nathan before we let him go?
What is your tire strategy, Nathan, around this track? I mean, it's a very interesting track, especially for high degradation. Bringing down those tires is a very hard thing to do. So are you planning on starting on the medium tires and then working your way up?
Oh, 100%. Medium's hard, just all I ever run around here. It's just very tough to keep the softs working.
And you just
move up 2 spots on those mediums, so...
Yeah, it was a poor lap there.
With only 1 minute and 27 seconds remaining, hopefully you can improve your lap.
Qualify.
Nah, I'm done there.
That should be good for
Anything
you to
else you see? Go ahead, Broom. What were you going to say?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, that was it I was going to say.
Is there anything else you see, Nathan, that you might expect from this race? If you're in 9th place on the mediums and everyone in front of you on the softs?
Well, hopefully, people on the softs will be doing a 2-stop strategy today. It'd be very tough to make them go for them to go soft hard. So I'm hoping for either 2 people to get above me and we finish at start 11th, you get free choice of tyre, or those in front being on 2-stop strategies.
Well, at the moment you are
Good luck to you,
9th.
the race.
Yeah, have a good race, Nathan, and hoping for some good points here today for you.
Cheers.
Thank you very much, Nathan, for joining us here. It's a little interview coming to the end of qualifying. We'll try to get a couple more drivers on for interviews as we're going through the race. It's really hard to, ask them to stop what they're doing and actually get on the microphone while they're racing. But get a safety car or, a long pit stop or something like that, we might be able to get somebody else on for you. So, as qualifying rounds to an end here, Broom, give us your thoughts, man. What are you really thinking, especially the drivers that are still on track and the ones that have finished with their times?
At the moment, I'm watching McChicken in the Ferrari car at the moment. It looks like he's possibly going to improve his lap time. He's only 10th off the Haas car, so he's really looking like he's possibly going to get that pole position. Viper Tater is in the Williams as well. It looks like he's possibly going to be going for pole position. And Fireball and Kevwood, looks like they're still on track. So it's going to be very interesting to see as McChicken rounds the final 2 corners coming into turn 20. Actually, it looks like he might have bailed out of the lap, so that might be it. It might go to the Haas of Flip-Flop Fish. A home pole position would it be for Haas F1 team. That'd be great to see as we start the race. So it's going to be very interesting, this race. What are you thinking for tire compounds? It looks like Nathan was going to start on the medium tires and possibly go to the hards. That was his strategy. What is your thoughts on the type of strategy for around here as these drivers head into the race?
I mean, for a lot of these drivers, it looks like most of them are starting on softs, especially in the top 10, everybody up. So, yeah, is it going to be a 2-stopper for them? I think it will, because we're going to have to wait for, safety cars if not. But if they're going to start on the softs, I recommend maybe taking them 8, 9 laps maximum, and then switching to the hards and trying the 1-stopper. If something happens, you can come on and put the softer compounds on later. But if you're going to commit to a 2-stop, then commit to it. If you're not quite sure, then go softs and hards and hope for something to happen, and you can come on later and put on the softer tire.
Yeah, if you're definitely on the softer tire, then you got to go for possibly that 2-stop strategy. As the soft tires are here, I mean, for all the drivers running the soft tires, the best strategy has got to be to start on the softs and move to the hards. But if there's an early safety car, maybe they can switch to the mediums and then set to another set of mediums later on for that 2-stop strategy. That's possibly an option. People like Mad Nathan, that's doing that strategy of the medium to the hard. Looks like Fireball's also on the mediums. Jadaway also on the mediums. So it's going to be very interesting to see these drivers taking the different sort of strategy for around here. That's very crucial. So Flip-Flop Fish has pole position with his home Haas team. And it looks like McChicken in 2nd position, Intent in 3rd. And it looks like McChicken's championship rival, McFuzzy's down in 5th. So it's going to be a very interesting battle. All these top 5 drivers and all the drivers in this entire league, it's going to be a thrilling race to watch.
Yeah, I believe so. So rounding out the 3rd row, we do have Cool's Kids, Where's My Dad, right behind him. So interested to see him. He's been, getting some great starts lately and hanging with those guys up in the top 5. Hopefully he doesn't have any other issues. I know he's had some bad luck in a couple races, but definitely look for Where's My Dad to make a name today.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see where these drivers end up in the end of this. I mean, the championship is very close between most of these drivers. We have a few newcomers as well. I haven't seen EH a lot in this Grand Prix. I think you said earlier that you have seen him in a recent group that you were in. And do you think he's a good driver as well?
Yeah, I've definitely seen him. I mean, he's definitely a good driver. I mean, can he compete with, guys like McChicken or Intent? I mean, most of us can't. So I'm not going to say he can, but he might surprise us today. I can definitely see him a middle of the pack qualifier and finisher here. Flip Flop Fish just joined a while ago. I haven't seen F1 Rob Chad 81 before. Brain Killer's kind of in and out. Kev Wood's kind of in and out. Some guys have changed teams today. I think Kev Wood was racing with Racing Point. And I believe Nathan was in someone else. It looks like Jadaway has just left the session. We're going to see if we can get him back in as they start the formation lap. We did get Brain Killer in.
A lot of carnage at the start of the formation lap. Obviously, this is not going to happen. The results will not be impacted as the Williams and the Haas drivers are making some interesting curves at the start of this Grand Prix. So McChicken looks like he does lead them away. Actually, it looks like McFuzzy in the Renault is leading them away. He's in 5th position. He will return that position. But I'm going to give a little bit of a rundown of who's starting in which position while we enter formation lap. So first position is Flip Flop Fish. He's done an incredible job in the Haas. Then further down the road, we have McChicken, who is right beside him in that Ferrari car. Then looking down the rest of the grid, we have Intent, Fried Potato, McFuzzy, Where's My Dad, then Hardest Cotton in 7th position, T-Bone in 8th, who has started this lobby and has continued it for most of this, actually all of this entire league, so shout out to him. Then Mad Nathan and Fireball, the two Toro Rossos, side by side. Different, I think the same strategy for both of those drivers. It's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. Kevwood in his new Mercedes car is in 11th position. Right in front of F1 Rob in the new Haas. I think he's probably new to this chat, as to this league, as well as EH in the Alfa Romeo in 14th position. Then we have Mel and then Brankler, who just joined as he rounds off the grid. So it's going to be very interesting to see where these drivers start off, if they can get a good start for the rest of these 28 laps that are ahead of us.
Yeah, a couple things I'm noting here are we've got Renault starting 5 and 7, and then the two Toro Rossos 9th and 10th.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see the two teams. I mean, they've gone very close, maybe similar in pace for both of these teams. McFuzzy and Hardest Cotton, like you said, 5th and 7th in that slot. So hopefully they can ride through the pack as a team. Same with Toro Rosso, Mad Nathan, and Fireball. They're starting 9th and 10th. So if they can put the team tactics together and get a good result, that's definitely here for the taking.
Hopefully we can get somebody to get Jadaway an invite back. I don't know if he's making that noise on. I know Jadaway needs an invite back. I don't know if anybody can do it though, because you and I in broadcasting, we're not going to be able to do it in spectate mode now, are we?
Yeah, unfortunately we cannot. So hopefully Jadaway can be invited, as it looks like we're about to go green for the session here today for the USA Grand Prix. So it looks like lights are out, and away we go for the United States Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas. Lights are out, away we go. Looks like McChicken got a great start off of that. Looks like they're going side by side with Flip Flop Fish. The two Williams might be going side by side as the Red Bull of Intent dives it down the inside right between the two cars. Very chaotic start, but that's actually well done. A lot of drivers have moved up positions, and we've had a clean start.
Yeah, a very clean start. I mean, Flip Flop Fish lost a couple spaces in that first turn. It looks like we might have had something with Mafuzzy Sheffield down in the back. He is just coming back on track. So Mel, EH, T-Bone, I mean, all of them moved up a spot. A couple people lost some spots too, because we've got Mafuzzy all the way back in 15th now. Whereas I think he started 5th. Hardest Cotton up to 6th. Tent back to 5th. Where's My Dad staying cool right there at 4th. Flip Flop Fish in 3rd. Fried Potato right behind McChicken in 1st.
Yeah, a lot of position changings for all these drivers. Like you said, McFuzzy must have had something at the start, because he's down to 15th and was going slowly. a lot of moving still going through the pack as we're watching Brainkiller and Mad Nathan going side by side. And actually, they've made contact. Brainkiller and EH have made contact. It looks like EH was going to make move on Brainkiller, and Brainkiller touched the front of EH's car. Nothing that could have been avoided there, so it just kind of had to happen. But EH down to 13th.
As they're coming to the end of the first lap, we do have McChicken in first, Fried Potato in second, followed by Flip Flop Fish, all separated by 1 second. Behind him is Where's My Dad, Cool Kids. The Intent is trying to put a move on him going into turn 1.
And I'm actually watching Fried Potato possibly making a move on the leader of McChicken. Fried Potato's right behind him. We got an excellent camera angle on that Williams car. He was so close. McChicken still is as we come through the double left-right handers. The Williams driver looking to make a move on the championship leader. The Ferrari car is just a little too far ahead as actually Flip Flop Fish gets involved with this action. So very interesting to see as Fried Potato's got a lot more power off that straight. Flip Flop Fish is also getting involved. So very interesting to see these overtaking spots.
Yeah, and coming down the back straight, there's no DRS yet, so they're just going to have to rely on each other's slipstreams here. As they're riding on board with Fried Potato.
All three of those cars have a lot of power at the back of their cars. Mercedes and Ferrari power. As Fried Potato dives it down the inside, he actually gets the move done.
Oh, and Flip Flop Fish has made it in his too. He was just right beside McChicken there for a moment. As McChicken tries to come back at Fried Potato, but looks like that Mercedes rear end power is definitely helping him out as Flip Flop Fish tries to go to the inside of McChicken as well. This is all allowing Intent to get back into the mix in that Red Bull just behind him.
Yeah, this is incredible to see these drivers. Looks like Flip Flop Fish got a lot more extra power at the back of that car because McChicken just went a little too wide and Flip Flop Fish got the exit off of corner number 16, I think that was. So this is allowing a lot of drivers, like you said, Intent to catch the pack as they're all using the slipstream. So 4 drivers involved at the moment to try and take the lead of this Grand Prix. So Fried Potato leads this race in the Williams car. I think it's his home Grand Prix. McChicken in second and Flip Flop in third.
Well, Hard as Cotton just got spun by either Brainkiller or Kevwood. I couldn't see who it was, but going into turn 1, I was riding on board with him. Somebody just spun him right around. So we got the 2 Renaults now on 11th and 12th. Let's see if they got some team owners working together. T-Bone bringing up the pack in 13th with Fireball in 14th, coming out of the pits now in the other Toro Rosso, and EHVK has already retired.
Yeah, so some hard times for the Alfa Romeo team. I think he's the only Alfa Romeo in this pack, so hard to see that happen. I wasn't sure exactly what happened. Sounds like that he got spun by a driver. Did you say it was Kevwood that may have spun him, but he is out of this race.
Yeah, I'm not sure who. Well, it wasn't anybody that spun EH that I saw. I know somebody spun Hard as Cotton. It was either Brainkiller or Kevwood. I'm pretty sure. So I was riding on board as Hard as Cotton, and there were 2 Mercedes coming by as he spun.
Yeah, Hard as Cotton. Not sure. Maybe if that was he was involved with that incident because his teammate McFuzzy's already got past him, so maybe he has some damage or something like that. But now Hard as Cotton down to 12th.
Well, we're watching them battle for second here. The top 3 or 4 are definitely putting it on each other. I mean, Fried Potato's pulled away just a bit, but Flip Flop Fish, McChicken, and Intent are all battling pretty hard right now.
I'm watching McChicken. He's a little falling back from the pace because Flip Flop Fish got past him in the DRS protection point sector. I think that was in between turn 11 and 12. And it looks like Intent is getting really close to McChicken and the Ferrari. So maybe McChicken has some tire wear or front wing damage, but I mean, now he's catching Flip Flop Fish, so maybe there was no incident that happened there. So Fried Potato already has a 1.1 second gap to Flip Flop Fish, so very interesting to see how this is going to play out in the future of this Grand Prix.
Yeah, it looks like the top 4 or 5 have kind of settled into their little routines right now. We'll definitely let you know if those pick up a little bit. Intent is trying to make a move and then backs off a few tenths. McChicken doing the same on Flip Flop Fish. We're riding on board with Mad Nathan right now, see if he can make a move on the inside of Rob. It looks like he did.
And
going down the straight.
He's got the DRS, and what's interesting enough is that Mad Nathan has got the medium tires on, and so he's faster than the Haas that has soft tires. So, and he got past them. He got past Rob before the DRS straight. So fair play to Mad Nathan. He's really shining on those medium tires. Hopefully he can continue with his one-stop strategy to go to the hards.
Well, Rob's definitely not letting up. He was trying to come back at him there for just a second as we still go back up to our leaders with, you know, just a half a second separating third and fourth right now.
Yeah, this is a massive battle going on for the top points. I mean, last race in Brazil, we had a phenomenal battle between McChicken, Intent, and McFuzzy for the top points, but this might even be better with the top 4 just being separated within a second. And it looks like Where's My Dad is actually kind of catching them as well. He's 4 seconds behind Intent, but hopefully he can catch up to that pack. As McFuzzy is making his way through the field as he makes around the outside move of the Mercedes of Kevwood. Looks like he's going to get the move done down to turn 2, so well done. Fair play to McFuzzy. Phenomenal as he's making his way back up the field.
Definitely interesting to see as we go down into turn 11, the big sharp left-hander before we get our back straight in DRS zones. Who's going to get it? Who's going to use it?
Looks like McChicken did get the DRS. Looks like
yep, McChicken should have it. Can he make a move on flip-flop fish here?
He's getting really close to the Haas. He might be going for around the outside of the number 13 Haas. And the Ferrari, he's just a little too far back. But can he make an overtake to another outside move? He's just a little too far back. He may be trying to get the power down early to go for a move into turn 15. No, I think he's just a little too far back. Possibly getting ready for that next DRS straight of the pit straight. Intent looks like he's kind of fallen back from that pack. Not sure exactly what happened there, but these two, the second and third drivers of Flip Flop Fish and McChicken, are really going out of here.
Looks like Flip Flop Fish is dumping into the pits early. I've seen him use a strategy in Abu Dhabi. It does work. The undercut is always strong. So looks like he's going to drop back quite a few places as we're on board going into the pits with him. How many are going to come past him? Looks like Cool Kids, no problem. Mad Nathan on the back of Cool Kids in 5th place on those mediums with a strong start from him. He's built up a gap on Rob. Mel moving up through the pack. Did Mel already pit? Because he is on soft tires now, and he does not usually start on soft tires, but maybe that's his strategy for the day.
It could be. You never know. I mean, tire degradation is something to worry about around here. So he could have pit at start, but well done for him to getting up to 7th. That is the strategy, kind of to start at the back of the field and move with the pack. So fair play to him. He's up to 7th position as Flip Flop Fish. It's a tongue twister, that one. Exits the pit lane on the medium tire. So this could be a dominant strategy as you were talking about. To pit early and get that undercut strategy. I think in 2018, that's what got Kimi Räikkönen the win. His only and win of that season, and his final win in that was his final win in the last 2018 race. And his last win for Ferrari, it was 113 days that lasted him from that win in Australia with Lotus in 2013 to the win in 2018. With Ferrari. So I think he pit very early Kimi Räikkönen, and that's what got him the win. But I'm not exactly sure, so I apologize for that. But we'll just have to wait and see what Flip Flop Fish can do.
And we'll definitely have to wait and see what Flip Flop Fish can do, because we've had a really good battle between Mad Nathan and Where's My Dad Cool Kids here for the last lap, which has also allowed F1 Rob Chad to come up and get into this mix in this fight. As Mad Nathan goes into turn 1, staying on the outside line, can he make it stick? Looks like Where's My Dad cut him off, and Mad Nathan does get the switchback maneuver as they make their way towards the S's.
Yeah, looks like Where's My Dad braked a little too late and not allowed Mad Nathan to sweep up into 4th position, getting that famous switchback maneuver that lots of people have done. So Mad Nathan on the medium tires up to 4th position, so really pulling some positions out of his car. So I think this is a phenomenal strategy by him to start in the medium tires and move up the field. So what can he do from here? Can he catch the pack that we're about to look on? Because that pack of 1st, 2nd, and 3rd has kind of dropped back a little, if you'd say.
Yeah, I'd definitely say. So if Nathan can actually carry these mediums and do the one-stop strategy and put the hards on, barring any... It looks like the guys up front are still going to have to go 2-stop him. So is he going to make up enough time in the mediums to keep up with him? And then when he puts the hards on, is he going to have the pace to stay out there? It's going to be an interesting. We're going to have to see who goes in and where they come out of the pits. Only got about 6/10 on Cool Kids right now, so I mean, not really losing them. Rob has dropped back just a little bit. It looks like the middle of the pack, the 6 through the 10s have all evened out about 1 to 2, about 2 seconds behind each other. T-Bone, Brainkiller, and Fireball are all bringing up the rear and going to have their own lonely battles with each other. But I mean, we're looking at Fried Potato, McChicken, and Intent right now, 2 seconds apart from 1, 2, 3.
It's very interesting to see as we watch F1 Rob going into the pits as well as the championship rival Mick Fuzzy and Kevwood as well. So this is very interesting to see a lot of pit stops being made as we're only 8 laps in with 20 laps to go. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what the strategies for a lot of these drivers are. As mentioned, the top 3 on those soft tires, Mad Nathan on the medium tires, so, and as we see F1 Rob on the hard tires. So a lot of different strategies around here.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of these guys are going to go softs to hard, so I don't know if it's going to really benefit Nathan to go mediums and then hards to... I mean, the only person he's might have to fight with there is WSR Flip-Flop Fish, who went on the mediums and pitted early, so he's probably going to have to do mediums, I would assume. I guess we're just going to have to wait to see these pit strategies pan out. Just right here in the middle between 7th and 8th place, Hardest Cotton has moved up to 8th, but he's still 15 seconds behind Flip-Flop Fish in 7th.
Oh, when he goes wide.
He just got passed by Hardest Rob, yep. So we're just trying to keep an eye on him because he did have some trouble with him and Hardest Cotton in those Renaults early. I think they have pitted already, both of them. So watch them moving through the field, come lap 18, 19.
Yeah, Hardest Cotton, we're just going to have to wait and see what he can do. I mean, it's very interesting to see what his plan is, but something's going on with his car, I think, because he's slowing down in the corners as turn 11 and turn 12 proves. Maybe some problems with his gearbox, actually. Maybe he can't shift down, and so he's just stuck in the higher gears. So, I mean, he's resumed his pace now through the corners, but look, going a little slower there, too, as well. So what is going on with the Renault driver? Maybe some mechanical issue or something like that. This McChicken has exited the pit lane on the hard tires. So very interesting to see. He's probably going to go for that one-stop strategy and catch the rest of the pack.
Oh, well, it looks like Hardest Cotton and Fireball had Kevwood had a little bit of a beef there because Hardest Cotton just decided to take him out. So we'll see if that continues. Might be some penalties coming up. We are going to have a safety car because of that.
The Hardest Cotton, looks like he's off track, ghosted a little bit, and looks like he's into the pits. Taking he might get a penalty actually for going over the line because he was far over the pit stop.
He just wrecked Kevwood straight into turn 20.
Yeah, so that's something. I'm not exactly sure what that was about. Maybe some penalties being forced because that's not what we want for drivers to wreck each other out during a race.
McChicken out of the pits on the hard tires. We're expecting he's going to take them the whole way. Mel hasn't pit yet, but on soft tires. Nathan up to third on those mediums. Flip-Flop Fish did a pit, pulled out the Intent coming into the pits at the moment, and so is Fried Potato. Assuming Mad Nathan is going to follow suit. Flip-Flop Fish will probably pit. I think he was debating whether he wanted to stay out or not. And so is Mel. However, Mel was ahead of Flip-Flop Fish there, I thought. So how did he pass him under the safety car?
I'm not exactly sure, and it looks like there's a drive-through penalty for Hardest Cotton, but that's not Flip-Flop Fish. So maybe there's some sort of glitch or something like that that allowed that driver to move up ahead.
I've been seeing that a lot lately. They shouldn't allow that to happen. I mean, if somebody does that, it's usually a drive-through penalty. So not really cool with that, but I hate to see that as well.
Oh,
looks like everybody's coming into the pits pretty much, so.
I was just watching as the two teammates of Flip-Flop Fish and Rob make contact. Flip-Flop Fish exiting the pit lane, and Rob just went straight into him. I mean, doesn't look like there's any damage to either of the cars, but not exactly sure what happened there. Wonder if maybe that will be a... Oh, and look, that 5-second penalty for Rob.
Ignoring yellow flags, yep.
Yeah, that could have been for that incident. with Flip-Flop Fish. So not exactly sure.
Well, it looks like Flip-Flop has let Mel back behind him. So maybe it was just a thing going into the pits, you know, where they were at, the angles they were at. But see, Flip-Flop Fish has already pitted once. Mel on the hards. This is like he's going to pit again. Flip-Flop Fish has already pitted once, put on mediums, came in again and put on mediums. So the difference in their pace is obvious. Flip-Flop Fish did start up at the front, and Mel obviously started from the back. But this is the second pit stop for WSR, and we're very excited to it.
And this is kind of has interesting strategy changes from all the drivers. McChicken did pit a lap before the safety car, so this has, I guess it has benefited him out, because if he was in second position before the safety car came out, before he pit, and so if he stayed out on those tires and pit under the safety car, he would still end up in second position. So it's helped out all the drivers, but this can be very interesting to see as Flat Potato and Intent are both on the soft tires, so definitely going for a two-stop strategy there. And McChicken, Mad Nathan, and Mel, and Rob as well are also all on the hard tires. So very interesting to see. They'll probably go for a one-stop strategy, and all the drivers probably on the mediums will go for a two-stop as well, switching on to probably the soft tires.
Well, that's what I'm going to think. I do believe the safety car should probably be in this lap. I'm thinking Kev Wood's going to get back up there and catch back up, even though, I mean, I don't know what Hardest Cotton was thinking to wreck him and why wreck him, unless it was something that happened earlier. I do see people changing positions for some reason on my screen under safety car, which that shouldn't happen. Nobody should be doing that. I guess the game's allowing it, and then it doesn't tell you to give that position back, so definitely a glitch with Codemasters in the F1 game at the moment, but we'll get that sorted out sometime. Guess they don't have a lot of people in the office working on this sort of things at the moment.
Well, would you like to invite... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Definitely go ahead and invite Intent and see if he can give us a couple words before the safety car finishes.
Yeah, so see what his strategy is, see if he can last those tires for another stint and go on to the medium. So let's try and get Intent on here. I'm not sure if Jadaway will be joining us because he has left the session before the race started, so heartbreaking to see that. Looks like he had some difficulties with his connection or something like that, so not exactly sure, but we will try and get Intent on here while the safety car is out.
While we try to get Intent in here, we're looking at the restart. Fried Potato is going to probably back off here once he hits the third sector marker. And then really slow everybody back. Make sure that safety car is past the line before he even starts accelerating, coming out of, let's say, probably 19 going into 20 is where he's going to start accelerating. I do think we got Intent.
Oh, good morning, guys.
Oh, welcome. How you doing so far?
I'm pretty upset with my team, honestly, right now.
What exactly happened?
Oh, they put me on them soft tires. I was wanting to go on the mediums, but you know how it goes. They have no idea what they're doing. You know, I'm the real racer out here. They just put tires on all day, but they think, you know, they control what I do, but...
So maybe the team got it wrong, and so you're saying you were going to pit onto the medium tires, and they accidentally gave you the softs?
Yeah, so I was going to go in the very next lap for the mediums on a one-stop strategy, but... So I don't know. Well, I mean, it's partly my error for not paying attention, but definitely thought I was going on the mediums when I went in the pit.
Well, your race is not over. You're in third position at the moment, and you still can probably pit for another set of medium tires and go to the end of the race, right?
Yes, I'm going on mediums after this stint.
Well, it looks like we're getting back underway. We don't want to distract you while you're getting into real racing again.
I don't care.
Chicken and fried potato. Well, I mean, if you want to keep on talking with us, we'll be happy to talk.
I mean, yeah, I wake up every morning and piss great, and it's like this is nothing, you know.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're on the soft tire now. McChicken in front of you's got the hard. Do you think you can actually make a move on him here?
You know, if I can't, I'm just gonna crash him. But I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I love the guy.
Yeah,
you know, he's. Oh no. You know, he's better than me at the game, you know, for now, just because he's put the hours in. But, you know, eventually he's going to get old. And I'm just going to, you know, kind of like Kimmy Rocket, and he's just going to start sucking one day.
Well, we don't want to see that happen. We want to see you guys always competitive. But it looks like there's some mess going on behind you at the moment, so I'm going to have to turn my attention away to see what happened back there.
Oh, I might listen in.
Maybe Fireball was involved. Looks like Mel wants to really get
Oh, wait,
involved.
looks like one of the Mercedes is off. Looks like
Um,
Kevwood. Oh dear, he looks like he spun and then went back on track. So not exactly sure what happened there. He maybe made some contact with, I think that was the Toro
Chicken and eye contact.
We've got Fireball going down the inside of Rob. This is a battle for 11th. Mel up to 10th, so he's still in the points on those hard tires. Hopefully he can still make those last. T-Bone, our event organizer and the guy that's been keeping all these together, he is running in 9th. Brain Killer, Flip Flop Fish, the Fuzzy Chef round up 6th. Where's My Dad Cool Kids in 5th. Mad Nathan in 4th and 10th, trying to make a move on McChicken on the much softer compound tires, riding in 4th, 3rd as we ride on board.
Well, I don't want to switch back to game chat, but I'm just going to mute my mic for you guys for now.
That'll work.
All right, well, have a good race.
Good luck, buddy. Get that inside done. And as we're talking to him and he gets off, he makes that move on McChicken down the inside of turn 1. McChicken definitely has a better exit coming into the S's out of the second turn. I don't think he's going to be able to make a move here. Can Intent pull away on those softer compound tires? It looks like he's actually going to. Very well done by Intent there.
Yeah, that was definitely some multitasking. While talking to us, Intent did get that move done on McChicken, so phenomenal performance from Intent. He's on the soft tires, McChicken on the hard tires. So there's a definite increase on tire degradation from both of these drivers, because Intent's going to have the softer compound and he's going to have faster tires. He's already pulled away from the Ferrari driver of McChicken, and it looks like McChicken doesn't even have the DRS on Intent. So phenomenal move by Intent. McChicken, he'll probably be catching up as we see a move done possibly by Where's My Dad as he possibly goes to the inside line, but Mad Nathan's got the move. Continues, so Mad Nathan keeps that position, and Where's My Dad is in 5th as we see Sector 1 yellow flag.
Yeah, I think that's Kev Wood off again back there. I do believe F1 Rob has already retired from the session as well.
Yeah, it looks like Kev
11 spots to fill. I mean, Kev Wood can always get back into it if he wants to. Have to wait and see. He would probably need a safety car in order for that to happen.
It looks like Kev Wood might be done because he's doing a little bit of a moving in between, but he's in 13th at the moment with no win. F1 Rob, as you said, has retired from the session, it looks like. So not exactly sure what's going on with those two drivers. Maybe they made some contact. Did you see?
No, it doesn't look like it. I don't know if Kev Wood is really looking for somebody that he wants to wreck. As hard as Cotton is already, and he's trying to get back on. Looks like in front of... He's ghosted out, so it doesn't really matter now.
Yeah, I mean, Kev Wood, he may have dropped off the pace because of that incident with Hard as Cotton, so maybe that just hurt his race very bad, and looks like he may retire from the session. Not exactly sure what his strategy is right now. So he's in the session still, so I mean, he could last for the rest of the race. As we see, possibly a move by Mick Fuzzy Chef in the Renault F1 car. He goes off the track to possibly make that move on the Williams car. It looks like he's going to go down the inside, pushes the Williams, but he's done it. He's done the move. Mick Fuzzy up into 5th position, climbing his way up the field to possibly rival his championship rival, Mick Chicken.
Yeah, that was definitely pretty cool as we were on that back stretch there. We had about 4 or 5 cars all in a mix between a second and a half of each other going all in DRS. So really good watch to see that. The Fuzzy did make the move. So Where's My Dad all the way back to 7th because it looks like Flip Flop Fish got around him as well. But he's definitely trying to hang in there with those guys.
Yeah, this definitely is an interesting battle to watch. As, I mean, like, all the drivers from, I think, Intent are, it's basically to, yeah, from Intent all the way down to Where's My Dad. So that's a very interesting and close fight that possibly might be having here because they're so close together, and this is going to be in the future of some exciting racing that's going to happen. Oh, and it looks like Where's My Dad has spun off that corner. He's into the wall. He's reset to the track, but that was interesting. I was riding on board with him. It looks like he caught the curb too much and just lost it out of the corner. So that was very hard to see. So Where's My Dad down in position. It looks like Brain Killer overtook him, and he's got damage. And so T-Bone will be all over the back of that Williams.
Looks like he lost the front right end plate, so yeah, T-Bone's definitely going to have a little bit more lateral movement going into the left and right turns there. Further up, looks like McChicken and Intent are definitely battling again. McChicken got by, but then Intent came back on him. So Intent on those softer tires. Did that leave room? Looks like Mufuzzy has gotten past Flip Flop Fish, but Flip Flop Fish wants to get right back at him as well. What a great move between those two guys. Mad Nathan and McChicken just in front. We've got a great battle going on between 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th here.
Yeah, it's incredible racing, and it looks like actually McChicken was going wide there, almost lost the car into turn 15 and 16. So he's kind of lost the gap to Intent. Hopefully he can regain it, but Mad Nathan is all over the back of him, as well as Flip Flop Fish, who is all over the back of him as we get a nice shot of the Haas car overtaking Mad Nathan as he dives it down the inside for a dive bomb. Mad Nathan, can he get the switchback mover? Might be going around the outside, but it looks like Flip Flop Fish has got the move, and McFuzzy's all over the back as Mad Nathan as well. So this is going to be exciting to see where this battle ends up.
Oh, Nathan definitely started going into the S's faster, but then couldn't hold on to it. Now he's got the inside move here. Is Mufuzzy going to come back on him? Now he's got another right-hander followed by a lefter. Oh, man, what a great battle that was between Mufuzzy and Nathan. No contact at all, just good race between those guys.
That really was a phenomenal battle that we just witnessed between Mad Nathan and McFuzzy. Mad Nathan looks like he just pictured his car in a perfect line, but it looks like McFuzzy had the opposite line, so they switched back between different lines for quite a lot of that S's section. So phenomenal for them to go side by side between both those sections. So through all that sections, you don't see a lot of overtaking being done around that part of the track. So phenomenal racing by those two drivers.
Yeah, Mufuzzy just got the move done on the back straights for DRS going in, got the underneath Nathan. So I think he might actually pull away just a little bit. Nathan's going to take his time and, not stretch those hards out too much. These guys on mediums, they're going to have to go a long ways on them if they're going to make them last for the rest of the race. As we've still got Fried Potato up front in first place with a 6.6 second lead on Intent. 1 second behind him is McChicken. And then we've got a great battle going on between 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, and 3rd at the moment. A little bit of gap between 4th and 5th at the moment, but I think that's going to close with Fuzzy and Flip Flop Fish now battling McChicken.
And it actually looks like Flip Flop Fish and McChicken are battling, because it looks like Flip Flop Fish might be going side by side around the outside of McChicken, but it looks like Flip Flop Fish is just a little too far back to make that move on McChicken. So two meets here, actually, Fish and Chicken. Can they fight it out for the rest of this race for that podium spot? And hopefully McChicken can keep that gap and hold on, defend against Flip Flop Fish. Flip Flop Fish has got the medium tires, so this is going to be a very interesting battle going forward.
Yeah, it certainly is, and all this battling back here is just allowing Fried Potato to pull away. 6.5 second lead, so going back to Mad Nathan and Mufuzzy, I don't think they're going to see any action between there, as Flip Flop Fish is now going around the inside, going into turn 11 on turn 12 on McChicken. He does get the move down on the inside. McChicken on those hard tires. This is going to stay out on him. Does Flip Flop Fish have to pit again? Does Intent have to pit again, we would assume. Fried Potato on the softs as well. We're assuming all those guys are going to have to pit again. This might be McChicken and Mad Nathan battle at the end on the hard tires. Who saved them?
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see where these strategies end up. Like you said, Fried Potato and Intent, the two leaders at the moment. Oh, it looks like Intent actually goes really wide and breaks that gap between Flip Flop Fish. But anyways, going back to strategies, Fried Potato and Intent, I think they're going to have to pit on the softs, because 10 laps left of this race, they have 8-lap-old softs. I mean, can they hold it to the end of the race? The medium tires of those drivers that are wearing them at the moment, I think they can last to the end of the race. What do you think?
Thinking if Fish wants to keep those tires till the end, he may be able to. Intent and Fried Potato definitely going to have to pit again. McChicken and Mad Nathan can keep their tires. Mufuzzy on the mediums, I'm not quite sure. The only reason I'm saying Flip Flop Fish can is because they're a second pair of mediums. So he might be able to make his run till the end. I'm not sure that Mufuzzy can. But I know McChicken and Nathan can take their hards all the way to the end. So maybe they don't care because they know Fried Potato and Intent are going to have to pit again.
This is going to be a phenomenal end of the race. I'm sure of it. Between 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, all 6 of those drivers, incredible drivers, all within a few seconds. I mean, Fried Potato's on, he's about 7.4 seconds to now Flip Flop Fish, who's made the overtake on Intent. But Fried Potato, he's going to probably have to pit on those softs. So this is going to be a phenomenal battle between all these drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Fish just overtook Intent with DRS. I mean, he caught up to him with the medium tires and Intent's on the softs. I think Intent is now thinking, as well as Fried Potato, thinking, we got to get off these soft tires. We're getting passed by people on mediums. It's just a matter of seconds, a matter of laps until McChicken and Mad Nathan's hard tires are faster than his softs.
And as you say that, Fried Potato is into the pits, so taking that strategy that you just mentioned of pitting onto the softs, so the race leader is into the pits as well as McFuzzy in the Renault. So this is very interesting to see this happen. So Fried Potato onto the medium tires, probably using up all the soft compounds that he can. McFuzzy on, it looks like he has actually a penalty. This is very interesting. This is costing his race a little bit. He's on to another set of medium tires, so that was hard to see. But he's down to now 9th. I think he's just ahead of Where's My Dad, so he will come ahead of Where's My Dad. But that was a titanic battle. Fried Potato down to 5th. This puts Flip Flop Fish back up into the lead of the race with McChicken in 2nd, Intent in 3rd.
Yeah, at the moment we've got Flip Flop Fish just about 1 second ahead of McChicken. Flip Flop Fish on those medium tires. We don't know if he's going to pit again. We're just not sure. McChicken on those hards, we're assuming he's not. Intent on those softs behind them in 3rd, just half a second behind McChicken as they weave back and forth, trying to stay in that slipstream going down the back straight. Is on soft tires. He's going to have to pit again. Behind them we have Mad Nathan on hards in that Toro Rosso. And then 7 seconds behind them, Fried Potato running on mediums. So, who just came out of the pits. I mean, it's all about strategy, but right now we've got a great battle between 1.3 seconds between 1st and 3rd.
Yeah, this is going to be incredible to see the strategy. The race distance that they can acquire from these tires, they're all, the top 3 are all on separate tires. So we're just going to see how these tires are different. As we see the 3rd place man of Intent into the pits, he's going to have to pit onto a different tires, as he said, and as you said, because those tires are just a little too far back as there's 8 laps left. So where will he come out? Matt Nathan moves up to 3rd position. Fried Potato will probably pass Intent. I'm expecting Brain Killer to also pass Intent, T-Bone, and possibly Mel and Fireball as well, and possibly even McFuzzy. So where can Intent come out? It looks like he'll be battling T-Bone.
Going to be really close with T-Bone, that's for sure. He comes out ahead of T-Bone. They're side by side, getting ready to go into the first of the beginning of the S's. Intent does pull away just a little bit, probably more grip on those younger tires. We do have McChicken within DRS. It looks like a Flip Flop Fish going down the straight. Is he going to try to make a move here?
I mean, he's gaining a lot of time. It's an excellent shot from the back of his wing. Look how much pace he's gaining at Ferrari. Ferrari's going to go round the outside of Flip Flop Fish. Flip Flop Fish has his car pointing in the right direction. They're still side by side as they go into turn 13. Can Flip Flop Fish get the switchback maneuver on McChicken? Looks like he's going to do it, but can Flip Flop Fish hold it down the outside of McChicken? Can he get another switchback maneuver on McChicken around the outside through the turns? I don't think he can. So Flip Flop Fish is just going to have to stay right behind him for the next DRA straight, which is in 2 corners.
I don't know if that's making Flip Flop Fish maybe want to come into the pits now. Let's see what he's thinking. It doesn't look like he's going. He's going to stay out there. I don't know if he's going to stay out there for a few more laps or not. That does put Mad Nathan in 3rd, more than 6 seconds behind the leaders at the moment. But, I mean, don't know that he'll catch McChicken on that same set of hards, but if anybody pits, as WRSSR gets back behind McChicken and McChicken pulls right back in front of him with a switchback. So those guys are just going at it right now. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, it's going to be an incredible battle for these 2 drivers. I think they're about the same number of laps. McChicken on 12-lap-old hards, Flip Flop Fish on 11-lap-old mediums. So this is going to be very interesting to see where these drivers end up. McChicken on older hards, Flip Flop Fish on younger mediums. So this is going to be interesting to see where this battle ends up. Then again, Flip Flop Fish is going to have the DRS on McChicken, so this is just going to be a titanic battle for the rest of this race. He's got the DRS, Flip Flop Fish. Can he make the move on the Ferrari car?
Like he got a great exit out of there. He definitely wasn't catching up as much as we thought he would. But better exit as we drop down into turns 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
I think he's just a little too far back, but it looks like he was going to go for the move into turn 16, but I think he was just a little too far back to make that move. Honestly, I think McChicken actually just has a power advantage against Flip-Flop Fish. You could see, as we had that awesome angle from McChicken's wing, he was just gaining so much time on that Haas car. And I know that they both have the same engine in the back, but the Ferrari car, it just seems like he just has so much pace in the back of that Ferrari. But the Haas has got the DRS on the Ferrari, so can he make a move? He's going to dive it down the inside.
He goes late breakings down to the inside.
Remember, Chicken's got the power back on Flip-Flop Fish, going side by side through the S's. Can they do it side by side? McChicken's got the move back, so incredible overtaking speed from that Ferrari car. Flip-Flop Fish just a little too far back to make that move, but we're just going to have to see where they can position their cars and take some overtaking to the limit.
Fried Potato on those medium tires that he pit for is now really coming at Mad Nathan on those older hard tires. We do have a little bit of an issue. Looks like we've got either Brain Killer or Kevin Wood off again in sector
Brain
1.
Killer. Looks like Brain Killer.
Brain Killer, sorry. No? Should
Nope,
have said Kevin Wood?
I think that was Brain Killer because it looks like he was on the gravel part and he was in 6th position. Now he's down to 10th. So it looks like he has some damage and he's going off into the grass.
Bad day for the Mercedes. Fried Potato does get around Mad Nathan on the back straight with DRS. So maybe that extra pit stop going in for the mediums or softer compound might have helped out. But Fried Potato, he just got the best of it. Being able after the safety car to get away and stay away 6-7 seconds ahead of the guys fighting behind him.
I think the question is for Fried Potato is can he catch the gap to the first and second drivers, because they'll be fighting out and reducing their speed to overtaking each other, and they're on Warner tires. Fried Potato is only on 3-lap old tires, as you can see. The drivers from Fried Potato's angle just ahead, so 6.5 gap to the Ferrari and the Haas is the Williams car, Fried Potato. So can he make a move on the leaders by the coming end of this lap? Can he decrease that gap and win this race? Is it possible?
Yeah, we definitely need to see that gap drop, and it already has. It was at 6.5. Now we're just below 6 seconds. Nathan looks like he's dropping back behind, now to 2 seconds. Is Intent going to close that gap onto Nathan as the leaders just keep going back and forth? McChicken, WSR, McChicken. Looks like
he's got the DRS,
WSR got the DRS.
It looks like he was going to go for an inside maneuver, but now he's switched to the outside. Can he dive it down the inside? McChicken, can he get the switchback on the house? He looks like he's going to do it. He's going to go around the outside of the house. Can he do it? That would be incredible. It looks like he's going to get another switchback to the other point of the track. Can McChicken do another switchback possibly? Because this is where the track can do it. And it looks like the Ferrari's just a little too far back to make the move.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see as WSR is challenging fighting this guy is McChicken. Are those medium tires just I don't know, they're 11, now 12, maybe 13 laps old. Can he really take them another 5 or 6 laps with not as much tire degradation? And will McChicken's hards hold up and give him a little bit of the edge coming the last couple laps?
We'll just have to wait and see. They're very close. McChicken might be diving down the inside of the Haas car. They might be going side by side.
Looks like he had a little bit of the grip. He left room. Haas didn't have to go that wide, but see if he maybe gets a better angle coming into the first of the S's.
These drivers really are going at it.
McChicken's been a little bit faster through the S's, in my opinion, so far today. I've just been watching him as much as I have. Fuzzy just passed Intent. Intent is now out.
What happened there? He may have
not sure. Retired. He just retired from the session. Mad Nathan in 4th, but Mad Nathan is dropped back off Fried Potato. It looked like Intent could have actually gotten a run on Mad Nathan there by the end because of his softer tires. Fried Potato has closed the gap to 4.1 seconds with 5 laps to go, and there's a virtual safety car out, so we shouldn't see those gaps really move too much.
You never know. Fried Potato, could he close the gap to the 2 drivers ahead? It is possible. Like I said before, those drivers are fighting at the front, and they have 10-lap older tires than Fried Potato. Virtual safety car now ends. Can Fried Potato decrease that gap even more as he's down to 3.9 seconds?
Would you like to see if we can get Intent back on to see if he wanted to do a last interview? As Mel has just overtaken T-Bone. we weren't seeing a lot of fights in the back, but maybe that virtual safety car brought a couple people closer than they should have. Interesting to see if Mel gets a penalty for that. He likes to speed under safety car, from what I understand. But he did just make the move up to 6th past T-Bone.
Yeah, it looks like Intent.
Come back at him. Looks like he went a little wide there, but
Looks like Intent has actually gone off his PlayStation, so he might be just retiring from this Grand Prix completely.
Yep. Or it could have been an internet issue, and he just decided, you know, or his power went out or something. Who knows?
Who knows? And were you saying the battle between Mel, T-Bone, and Fireball? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Flip Flop Fish is just past McChicken, but he definitely cut a big-time corner there, so I think he decided to let off and let McChicken take that back. Mel did pass T-Bone just a little while back, and still looking at that gap of 3.5 seconds with 3.5 laps to go. Fried Potato to WSR for that third spot as McChicken and WSR continue to go back and forth in this race.
Yeah, they really are going back and forth as we see McChicken making that move once again as they are just swapping positions back and forth. And this is allowing Fried Potato to close the gap even more. It looks like he dropped off a few laps ago. He's now down to 3.3 seconds. I don't know if he can catch them by the end of this race. We only have about 4 laps left of this Grand Prix. McChicken and WSR still continuing to go side by side. This is incredible racing by these two drivers as now they're going side by side through turn 16, 17, 18, and possibly 19. Incredible racing. Flip Flop Fish has got the exit on McChicken. Can he go for the outside move, possibly the inside move? He's just a little too far back, so WSR Flip Flop Fish is going to be possibly going for that move of the DRS straight. And T-Bone and Mel might be going side by side as well. Look at this battle.
Well, McChicken did make a move to the inside, but I mean WSR with his downshifting, he just makes that move just a little bit quicker. He can definitely get on the brakes later and use his engine to brake. But McChicken, great as that as well, is now on him through the S's. And I mean, these guys have just been going back and forth. It's been absolutely amazing as we go back to Mel and T-Bone.
This is really just a phenomenal racing between the top two drivers. But yeah, back to Mel and T-Bone. They are still going side by side. Fireball possibly might be getting in the mix as well as T-Bone sends it down the outside line. T-Bone got the better power out of that section, but it looks like Mel's just kept the position on T-Bone.
Yeah, T-Bone had to let off a little bit there. It looked like he got a little bit too much of that curb, and one of the tires was on, and one of the tires was kind of in between. So, 3-second penalty for T-Bone there. So, McChicken and Flip Flop Fish are still flip-flopping back and forth.
You are absolutely correct. They are flipping back and forth as McChicken dives it down the inside as Flip Flop Fish gets another great exit off the corner, makes the switchback maneuver. McChicken just got the great exit, but it looks like Flip Flop Fish places his car perfectly on that exit and gets around the outside. Can they make the move? This is phenomenal racing. Hopefully they don't cut the corner. They don't, like Raikkonen and Verstappen in 2017. McChicken and Flip Flop Fish still going side by side. This is allowing Fried Potato to be less than a second behind the drivers. This is a phenomenal finish these last 2 laps of these Grand Prix.
This has been great for Fried Potato. He's just been sitting back doing nothing, just chilling the whole time. Just looking back down the order, Mad Nathan is now almost 10 seconds behind these three, with Fuzzy 10 seconds behind him, Mel 13 seconds behind him. T-Bone and Fireball have been now going at it again. Looks like everything's kind of round out, but this top 3 right here, I mean, what a great race we have had, ladies and gentlemen. Flip Flop Fish, McChicken, Fried Potato, Fuzzy was up there, Hardest Cotton, Intent. Mad Nathan's been in the top 10 most of the whole race, trying to press these leaders. But these 3 guys right here, what an amazing race by all of them.
Yeah, all these 3 drivers, we had everything with these 3 drivers for the end of this Grand Prix. The 2 drivers, McChicken and Flip Flop Fish, have been battling with consistently powerful overtakes on all of them, as Flip Flop Fish, he pitted and gained that seconds all the way back, and look at him now, he's already making a move, possibly on McChicken, as McChicken probably might be making a move. Oh, they made contact with Flip Flop Fish! Oh my goodness, Fried Potato!
Oh, I think Fried Potato made a little bit of contact with McChicken there and sent him in a little too deep.
I think what happened
looks like
there...
he's back on it. I don't know that I can make too much of that.
There was some contact there because it looks like, I think McChicken didn't see the 2 drivers were right next to him, and so it was kind of, it wasn't McChicken's fault, but I think McChicken hit, he was going to go for the move on Flip-Flop Fish, but Fried Potato was still right next to him, and he just maybe didn't see him. So I'd say that's a racing incident right there. There's nothing to be done about that, but phenomenal end to this race as we enter the final lap of this race. Fried Potato and McChicken both have DRS on Flip-Flop Fish. Can Fried Potato make a final lap pass on the Haas car? Can the Haas car win its home Grand Prix? Can Flip-Flop Fish win the home Grand Prix of the Haas team? That would be phenomenal to see. McChicken's still coming back at Fried Potato, though.
Yes, this is the final lap, and we've got 3 drivers still fighting for which spot they're going to take on the podium, pretty much. We're definitely going to see some fireworks here as they round into turns 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, McChicken's just putting all his power down, probably engaging all his fuel and ERS. He's probably been saving up for this final battle. He's probably been knowing that Fried Potato is going to probably come after him as he might be making some moves on the Williams car. The Williams car will be doing the same thing. Fried Potato and Flip-Flop Fish will probably be trying to defend against those 2 drivers. And look at this, they're just getting the slipstream. Can they make the move? Can Fried Potato make a final move to take the lead of the race on Flip-Flop Fish?
Looks like he's definitely gotten around Flip-Flop Fish. Does McChicken go for the same move? Does he try to undercut both of them?
Look at this. This is phenomenal racing. Looks like Flip-Flop Fish, he was going to go to the inside line. He makes that Ricciardo move that Ricciardo did in Italy. I think that was in 2014, but looks like McChicken's coming back at Flip-Flop Fish. Fried Potato. This is incredible racing by all these drivers. McChicken
We've got 4 more turns till the end of this, guys.
Oh my goodness, this is phenomenal. I'm on the edge of my seat. What about you?
I am too, right now, sitting up in it, just waiting for this to end. What's going to happen? Anything can happen. Flip-Flop Fish has an advantage. We've got McChicken 3/10 behind as they come around the final turn. Can anybody make a move? They're fighting hard for it. Oh, there was a little bit of contact in the back. Oh, and then Flip-Flop Fish is spun.
Oh my goodness,
it's going to be a phenomenal finish.
Oh my goodness, on the final, so close to the edge, Fried Potato, not Flip-Flop Fish. Oh my goodness, that was phenomenal.
Oh, and he had a 5-second unserved penalty anyway, so it probably didn't even matter, except he probably should get 3rd and not 4th there.
And Mad Nathan, he was just waiting for all that to probably happen. He's up to 3rd. He gets a podium. Phenomenal performance, but that was probably
I don't know if Nathan should get that, though. I think it should go to Flip-Flop Fish. I mean, Nathan's one of my best friends on the PlayStation here, but I mean, in all fairness, WSR just got a 5-second unserved penalty, and he got spun in the final turn. Even if it had finished the way it was, McChicken would have been 1, Potato 2, and then Flip-Flop Fish would have been 3 if he hadn't gotten spun.
I absolutely agree with you. I think Flip-Flop Fish definitely deserves that podium because that was just so chaotic, and he definitely deserves that podium. But McChicken eventually does win the race. Maybe that's something for the stewards to look into with Flip-Flop Fish getting that 5-second penalty and being spun. Not exactly sure, but that was such a chaotic end to this Grand Prix. Probably one of the most craziest Grand Prix I've seen. A crazy end to this Grand Prix. That was phenomenal. So McChicken wins the race with Fried Potato in 2nd, Mad Nathan in 3rd position, Flip-Flop Fish in 4th. So maybe some stewards can get involved there. Not exactly sure, though.
Well, we'll definitely let you know in a couple days when we will be at... Where are we going next? Mexico?
Mexico. That is Mexican Grand Prix.
We'll be doing Mexico in a couple days, and we'll definitely keep y'all updated on what the stewards find about, especially what happened in that last lap, the penalties that were given out, and are there other penalties, and you know, this 1, 2, 3, 4 order can definitely change between now and when we come back to you guys in, you know, less than 48 hours.
And technically that would be like a Verstappen, Kimi Räikkönen incident on the final lap of the race, because that would be like they did in 2017 where Verstappen got kicked off the podium. I mean, that didn't happen today. It'd be more like a Hamilton-Sainz incident like they had in Brazil. But
like they had in Brazil, absolutely, yeah.
We'll just have to wait and see. That was a phenomenal race, though. One of the best I've ever seen.
Fantastic race. I mean, Flip-Flop Fish didn't serve a 5-second penalty, so he definitely has to have that. Mad Nathan had a 3-second penalty anyway. Do I think Nathan would have finished ahead of Flip-Flop Fish had Flip-Flop Fish not get spun on the final turn by, I don't know, I think it was Fried Potato hit McChicken and then hit Flip-Flop Fish that then he spun, and then McChicken got the exit out and Fried Potato didn't because he went to the inside, so McChicken won. So, but that was a photo finish. I mean, less than 0.05 of a second apart from each other at the end. I'm definitely going to take that to the stewards. T-Bone and Intent going to have to look at all that and let us know what the final standings are going to be after today's race. Phenomenal race. Thanks for joining us here at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. We'll be back with you in less than 48 hours for Mexico. Rube, you got anything else to say before we sign off besides what a fantastic race that was?
I think that just... I'm actually speechless. That was a phenomenal race that we saw there. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to both of our channels. Like both of our channels. And also, we didn't really mention Driver of the Day. Comment below what your driver of the day is, or if you're part of this Grand Prix, of this lobby, please chat in the chat that you all know of. Thank you so much for joining us on this phenomenal Grand Prix. We'll see you all later in Mexico.
Thank you. That was Broom Handle. I'm Fabregas115. We'll see you in a couple days.